It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. There are major delays for northbound traffic on the Pacific Highway at Belmont North due to a burst water main. One of two northbound lanes are out of action near the intersection of Woomera Avenue and is likely to stay that way for the rest of the day. Several homes in the area are without water and repair crews are trying to fix the problem. Greens MP David Shoebridge will be at Kooragang Island this morning to unveil the party's grand plan to help coal-dependent communities transition away from the fossil fuel. The Greens are promising a $1.8 billion Coal Community and Environment Trust, which will collect 20% of coal royalties until 2030. The money would be used to help regional coal communities grow jobs in renewable energy, agriculture and tourism. David Shoebridge says coal communities like those in the Hunter can't be left stranded while the inevitable switch is made to renewable energy. Police say they're disappointed after some bad crowd behaviour at the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert at Becolbin on Saturday night. 79 people were ejected from Hope Estate because they were too drunk, while 20 people on a bus were prevented from entering the venue. 44 fans were allegedly caught with drugs and 6 people were charged, including a 25-year-old man who allegedly blew his nose at an officer after being told to leave. The Wallsend Greens candidate is calling for the creation of a Hunter Transport Authority to manage ongoing concerns with the local transport network. Sinead Francis-Cohen says transport in Newcastle isn't working and local feedback is constantly being dismissed. She says the region needs to see locally based management of the network.
At the moment, decisions are being made in Sydney about people that use transport here, and Opal data can only tell you one part of the story about how people use transport in the area. It doesn't tell you where there isn't a bus or a rail access that might be really handy and that might be really popularly supported by people.
There was bumper-to-bumper traffic in Newcastle East yesterday due to road closures for the annual Spark Hillmore Triathlon. Traffic came to a grinding halt, with some motorists stuck for 2 hours. Event organisers are at a loss to explain why the traffic problems were so bad this year, telling the Herald they didn't do anything different this year to how the triathlon's been run in the previous 25 years. An urgent call is being made for volunteer drivers to help get local leukaemia patients to vital medical appointments. Around a dozen volunteers currently operate the Leukaemia Foundation's transport service in the Newcastle area. The foundation says a pool of at least 16 to 20 would be ideal. Regional Transport Coordinator Gary Cameron says access to the transport service can be a life or death matter for some people.
They may have no other way of getting there, or they've exhausted, friends and family. They've worn out their welcome, so to speak, with calling favours on people. So it can almost be life and death, the fact that someone can get in for a blood transfusion or not.
2NURFM Sport.
Jets coach Ernie Merrick says he doesn't want to change the style of play which got them into the A-League Grand Final last year. Newcastle missed the attacking power of Ronnie Vargas, who was out with a hamstring injury, leaving fellow attacking midfielder Dimi Petratos heavily marked by Adelaide in last night's scoreless draw. However, Merrick says getting Vargas back on the field against Melbourne Victory this Saturday will give them the edge up front.
I don't want to change our style of play because that's our strength. It's what got us to the Grand Final last year. It's what excites the crowd.
Knights coach Nathan Brown says he'll settle on an 18 or 19-man squad to take on Cronulla in this Saturday's trial match at Maitland. Brown experimented with 27 players in their 18-10 loss to St George Illawarra on Saturday and says there was a lot to like as players battle for a starting spot in round 1 of the NRL. And the Hunter Hurricanes have claimed their first clean sweep, with both the men's and women's teams taking all 4 games against Cronulla at the weekend. And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 37, 13, 19, 21, 25 and 20, and the supplementaries are 33 and 27. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.